Hi everybody, today is September 17th and I'm out here in the garden and I brought some diatomaceous earth out today to sprinkle a little bit on the squash bugs. I was trying not to really use anything this year, but it's getting so out of control that I have to do something. If you look at them here, they're everywhere. They're all over the wood, they're all over the path. It's over here. So thought I'll sprinkle a little of the diatomaceous earth today so you can see in a couple days if it really does anything. Finding it amazing though that here it is September 17th and a lot of the plants are like starting or like regrowing. Like I've got zucchini now that has a bunch of new blooms on it. We'll go over by the cucumbers. They also have a lot of new stuff. I did use diatomaceous earth last year and it didn't seem like it worked a ton, but I think, look, this whole leaf is full of them. But I am now thinking that using some, at least it didn't get this bad. They were bad and it didn't totally get rid of them, but like I said, they are all over the barn. The whole barn is full of them. They're everywhere. So I'm gonna try that and we'll just sprinkle that a little bit. This looks like it was taken out by, the whole thing is covered with squash bugs, but this also has a lot of powdery mildew and they're covered in powdery mildew. So I'm gonna try, just so we don't go into next year with so many. I think I did a lot of damage this year by not treating these squash bugs. I think that was a bad decision. Something I will definitely do different next year. I don't like to use anything, and I'm using diatomaceous earth. It's not a pesticide. Which is good. This is food grade what I'm using. Like they put this around where the cows are and stuff, cattle, so they eat around it. But I definitely agree that prevention is the most important with these. I didn't pick the eggs off this year like I knew I should do. I did that quite a bit last year. It's just, to me, that squishing the bugs is just so gross. The eggs, people I know they wipe them off with their fingers, but to me that's just, ugh. I don't know what my deal is, but I don't like doing that. But next year, I will definitely be more vigilant with this. I'm just standing here and they're everywhere. They're like all over all the leaves. They're covering this plant. Look at this. I never even knew what a squash bug was before I moved here. This is just out of control bad. So you don't want this to happen to you. It's not fun. If you want to let the bugs live, that's how I was. I didn't want to have to kill them. I do have an interesting squash bug story. So this must have been going on for years and years and years, like way before I moved here. Because last year, when I first moved in here, the very first year that I moved here, there was a bug on the wall in my house in the fall, winter time. And it must have been late fall. And I had no idea what the bug was. To me, it looked like a big stink bug, but I didn't know what it was. And it was up high, so I couldn't really reach it. And I couldn't get real close to see what it was. And I didn't know. And that bug, it was walking across, I'll never forget this. It was walking across the wall, and then it stopped. So much that I thought, maybe that's not a bug. Maybe it was just something on the wall, just something, maybe a piece of dirt on the wall or something. Like I said, it was up high and it just stopped and it was just there. I didn't know what it was because I kept thinking, is that like a spider or what is that thing? I just have no idea what that is. And then I left it. So I said it was up high. I couldn't reach it, and I literally left it there. And it sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there all winter long. And it was just there, and I kept thinking every now and then I should really get whatever that's on the wall. I really should get it off. Couldn't really see what it was. I'm like, I really should get that off of there. But I never did. I just left it on the wall because it was up, you know, like I said, it was up high. So I left it, and I'm not kidding. One day in spring, I was sitting on my couch, and that thing that was on the wall all winter long started moving, and it just walked away. And it was a squash bug. So how weird is that? Like, what just goes, like, suddenly it was walking when it just stopped walking. Like, what does that? Obviously squash bugs, but it was the weirdest thing ever. It just froze. Like, I don't know if it was just that time of year, if it got a little colder in the house than what they just hibernate. But seriously, walking a straight line and then freezing like that, and then coming back to life like months later, like almost 6 months later. It was the weirdest thing ever, and that was my first real experience with squash bugs, because I did not know what they were that first year I was here. I didn't plant anything that very first summer, so I had no idea what it was, and that was my very first experience. So this was a big mistake, letting them free roam this summer, and I'm really regretting it, and I will definitely be more proactive next year. I will say I did spray not long ago. I did a mixture. I don't have the measurements, but I did that mixture of that Castile soap stuff and water. What else did I put in it? I don't remember, and I might have said in the video what I put in it, but it was maybe like water or oil or something. I mean, I definitely had water in it. It was water and that soap. I think I did a little bit of oil or something. And I did dump that on them over here. And that did not work. And like I said, I didn't use the diatomaceous earth earlier in the year because last year it didn't really seem to help much, and anything I read says there's not much you can do. But it could be the location, because I moved locations this year. I moved them over here, where last year I had them, down there where I have those so-called bait zucchinis. So it could be that this location was just worse over here. Or it's just because I never did get rid of them last year, and they have multiplied that much. So, but I couldn't get rid of them. I tried a lot of different stuff last year. The diatomaceous earth worked the best, but it did not get rid of them. That's why I thought, why bother? It's not going to get rid of them anyways. However, it definitely would have helped. I believe it would have helped to cut down on them. And also last year I did cut off a lot of the leaves that had eggs on them, or picked them off, if I had gloves on, I would wipe them off. So I did do that quite a bit last year. So that could be what helped so much. So really, I think prevention and being aggressive about it at the beginning of the year is way better than trying to do something about it at the end of the year. And the only reason I'm trying to do it at the end of the year now is because it has gotten so bad, and they're just all over my barn. I'm finding them in the house, I'm finding them in the shop. They're everywhere. So it's really bad, kind of serious now. And that's just because I didn't do anything about it at the beginning of the year, I think. I don't even know how they're getting over to the barn. I don't know if they're on my shoes, if they've just gotten over. I don't know. I don't know why they're so bad all over everything else. But this is terrible. They're bad. So don't ignore them if you have them, and make sure next year you check your zucchini leaves underneath. You'll see the eggs. So these things are just multiplying like crazy. So I'm really hoping that this maybe helps a little bit more here at the end of the year and takes them out before they hibernate and reproduce, leave. Oh, I mean, it could be too late for this year to really do anything about it for next year. I hope not. I haven't learned that much yet, and I just know I learned this year that they are aggressive, and you'll be sorry if you don't do anything early in the year. The next biggest problem is going to be these box elder bugs. They are everywhere also. Those are bad, and that's like a regional problem. I don't know if they're just here because they're here or if they're here because of the mulch. It's possible. A lot of people cut down their branches. I used all the city park mulch, so it's possible that people had them in their bushes by their house and then brought the branches, to get chopped up. And that's what it is from why there's so many out in the garden this year, or because there were a lot by the house last year. So it could just be that they've just managed to spread. That seems to be how they work, kind of like those Japanese beetles. I didn't have any of those in the garden last year, and there's tons this year. Look at this zucchini up here. Look at those giant blossoms on it. They're all over it. So yeah, there's quite a few. It's really good. So bugs really have been a struggle for me this year. Guys, look at those marigolds. Those are just seeds that I just threw in off of one of the plants, and I just threw some seeds in, covered them up, and yay, they grew. It's so much better than weeds. Wish I had planted like 1,000 more in here. Beets still don't look like beets though. And here's one, but I barely see a beet on it. And those onions are little onions, and these onions over here are beautiful. They're just about ready to pick. Some of the branches are breaking off now. So those are beautiful, and I have gotten so many tomatoes, and they're beautiful, and I've had a lot of people over picking them. So, and there's still so many. There's just a lot. So yeah, so everything is really good in the garden considering it's almost fall, and the only bad thing is the zucchini and all these bugs. But everything else is really doing good still. There's still a lot of the brandywines. Like, I'll pick a bunch and then I come out the next day and there's a bunch more. And I'm like, that is so awesome. Because they're so big. Except here's one that got really rotten. So there's a lot of brandywines in here. I've gotten a lot already. I'm up to 20 jars of canned pasta sauce. So that's pretty awesome. Today I wanted to make salsa, but I got tangled a little with the Mustangs and moving a little slow today. Got a little too close to them. Wild Mustangs really are wild, believe it or not. Yeah, I knew we were just lucky with Albie. So look at all these tomatoes in here yet. And we've done major picking. And look at these. These are the cherry tomatoes, and they actually have blossoms on them today. Just hope we don't get another early frost like last year. And this is a nightmare. These Campbell's tomatoes, oh my gosh, they are not good at all. They're terrible. There's like no disease resistance in them whatsoever. I see there's a nice new little tomato there. It's probably a different kind, but they are all covered with just yuck. These are very disappointing this year. Beans, I really thought beans were supposed to be done, but I'm getting tons of beans, and they're actually getting better now as it's cooling off a little bit. They were real leathery for a while, but they're getting much more tender again now, so that's good. And then there's still a ton of purple beans, so somebody just picked a lot of those yesterday, so not many more of those. I think I'm gonna pick some more green ones here and get those frozen. So that's it really for the garden. Oh, wait, let me just show you the cucumbers. Even the cucumbers. Look at these brand new. I mean, these plants are dead, like dead. And look at this nice vine coming off of it. It's just amazing. Because look at these awful plants. They're terrible. They're powdery, mildewed to the ground. They are, yeah, I see a tomato stuck in the fence. I mean, a cucumber. I always call them tomatoes. The cucumber in the fence there. I should at least break it off. There's still cucumbers in here. I'm seeing them. This looks like a really nice one. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. It's a beautiful one. Let me get that off of there. Whew. It's like perfect. Wow. That's a nice one. And this one looks like it's stuck in the fence, but I better pick it off the vine. I mean, not that there's much vine left here, but oh, there, I got it out. It's okay. Oh, wait, I think there's one. Oh, there's a couple in here. That one's a little weird shaped. And this one's a little smaller, but that's okay. We'll pick them anyways. Yeah, anything I can get off of them right away. So this is nice. But yeah, even these, look at, there's like a lot of new vines. Oh, there's a really big one. I see a big one there. All right, I gotta go around to the other side. I just picked a bunch out of here the other day, so these are all kind of new. Here's what I actually picked a whole nother basket. So this is like the second basket I'm picking today. I don't want to bury the beans. I got all those purple beans off. I like to make these pretty because they make pretty pictures. All right, and there's one more. Okay, let me go grab that last one. I know there's something in here. Just gotta find it. Oh, there's one. Oh my gosh, there's a couple here. See, I don't even know where these are coming from. Look at this thing. Wow. Wow. It's beautiful. These aren't even the ones I saw from the other side. That one's smaller, but still, they're like new, fresh cucumbers. All right, let's drop those off and come back again. Wow. All right, put those in there. And the other thing I found yesterday was a whole lot of cabbages, like those cabbages that I didn't think. Oh my gosh, I see another huge one in here. Holy cow, that one's huge. Oh boy, look at this. Look at that. Wow. All right, I'm just gonna set them there for right now because there's so many in here. Now these didn't do good all summer, and now I'm getting these beautiful giant cucumbers. I still don't think I found that one. From the other side, which means I'm gonna miss it here. Got some tomatoes there. More cucumbers. Those are just little. This one's pretty fat. I think I'll pick it. It's not long, but it's pretty fat. Oh wait, is that it? No, that's just a little one. Maybe I got it. Okay, let me pick these up. I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, the cabbages. Those cabbages that I did not think were gonna form heads on them were beautiful and big. I still have that great big one that I have not picked yet. Oh, I wasn't expecting this many cucumbers. Oh, they're gonna squish the little tomatoes. Let's try and move those. Get these in there. So I'm gonna stand them up. Okay. All right, now we should have a little less tomato squishing going on there. Yeah, but these, the bad cabbage. See, I picked them out already. They like somehow all of a sudden formed like great big heads. So there's still a few little ones in there. I'm just gonna leave them because they're turning out just beautiful. So I did like the insect netting, but next year I'm still gonna do it differently next year. And I still have a lot of kale. Giving a lot of that away, and there's still a lot there. Maybe that giant one, I need to get that out, but maybe I'll do that today. And that one's pretty big. So these are those first ones that had all the bugs on them. And then I sprayed these with neem oil, and then the damage went down. I mean, it didn't go away, what was here already, but then they stopped eating it, and they formed beautiful heads, and we've eaten a lot of those already. So they turned out okay. So neem oil was the trick there, and doing it early. So I probably should have done it a little bit earlier. Like I said, I was trying so hard not to really spray anything out here. Here's a pretty big cucumber. So I was trying not to spray anything, but that was apparently not the way to go. I mean, what I used was organic stuff, so it still was not, like, I'm not spraying pesticides, which still makes me feel better than, you know, if I had sprayed some heavy chemicals. So this is good. Then I saw another big, no, it's not that big, but probably should still get it off of here. These cucumbers are, I think they're just out of nutrients, and they're all weird shapes and stuff, and I think they're done. I think this plant is done, but I still keep picking stuff off of them, just to pick it off of them. All right, the peppers are beautiful. There's so many peppers, but a lot of them are small now, so I've been letting people pick them, but I'm waiting for these to turn red, and there is one here that is actually turning red, which I'm really happy about. So hopefully that means, you know, and they look a little light, so hopefully these are all going to turn red now. That would be a miracle if it happens, and I will be very happy. Lots of people have been eating these purple peppers, and everybody loves them. They're good. Yeah, I ended up with a bunch over here. That one's got a spot on it, but I'll probably pick a few more. And then these green ones, I don't know what to think of these. So that one looks like it's turning red. I thought these were gonna turn yellow. Maybe they'll turn yellow. I'm hoping they turn a color. They're either supposed to be yellow or red. And these are supposed to be the emerald giants. So they're just supposed to be big green ones, which I've gotten a few really big ones off of them, but it seems like some of these other ones are even bigger. Like that one is huge. So I have a lot of little ones, and I don't know if I should pick them yet or just let them go, or if I mixed up my seeds or my seedlings, and because I mean they're definitely mixed up over there. I have purple ones in with the red ones, and so I may just have mixed them up. So I'm just not really sure what I should be picking or not. And here's my big gym plant. This is still my favorite plant in the garden. Look at all those peppers in there. And this one, it looks like there's a couple that are starting to turn red now. So that's fun. Look at, there's another big one. These are just so fun. I think I'm gonna pick a couple. They're fun, so I really like those pepper plants. Jalapenos, I'm still sad that I didn't plant more jalapenos. There's still quite a few on here. I've taken quite a few off already. But that's it. I only have a couple plants, so I wish I would have done more. What's the matter? Oh. Yeah, so I guess that's it for today. Everything is still going great for the middle of September. Way better than last year. Last year it was so sad not having any red tomatoes, and this year I can barely keep up. I am having a hard time keeping up, even inviting people over. I had a lot of people over last week, and still, you can't hardly tell. I mean, they seem like there will be an end here, but it's a lot. So it's good though. And I did so many this year because last year was so bad. So it's It's good though that there's a lot this year. Anyways, so that's it for today. I think I'm gonna call it a day here and go in. I kind of need to go sit down again. And thanks for watching. If you actually watched this far, mostly about those squash bugs, so please take care of them, or yeah, you might regret it like I am this year, not being more vigilant about that in the beginning of the year. And I hope your tomatoes are turning red too. I hope you're not stuck like I was last year with all the green tomatoes. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching. If you can, hit the subscribe button, and have a great day. Bye.